Hey guys, Andy here. So I've been using Brodit phone mounts in my car for, I'm going to say like 6 or 7 years maybe even, I don't know, 5 or 6, probably since I've had phones in some ways. For me they are the best car mount you can have. They're not a universal mount, there's no clamps, so you can't use your phone with a case in it because it's all, the mount that you buy is going to be very specifically designed to fit the phone, so you can't put a case on it because that changes the width and everything. It's just not going to work that way. In fact, you have to, if you've not used a Brodit mount before, and check them out, brodit.co.uk, you have to buy 2 separate elements, so it can be a little pricey. I'm going to warn you now, but you're paying for, to me, what's the best car mount you can get. So you buy one part that is specific to your car. So it'll have certain clips in certain places. They'll send you fitting instructions of where it's supposed to clip. And sometimes you get different options of, do you want it on a sort of, not vent mount, 'cause it doesn't go on the vent, but it clips around things in the vent area. I think some of them have center console options, and you can choose which one you want for your car, but it's specific for your car. So I've had that for years and years and years. So the good people at Brodit every now and then will send me, when I get a new phone, I say, can you send me a Pixel 2 XL? And I'm really grateful that they do, which is what I've got with me here today. So you buy the car element, then you buy the phone element, which obviously is specific to the phone you've got. Now this one is the active USB outlet, which is $45.99. If you wanted just a passive holder, so there's no charging element, that's $25.99. Obviously you can then use your own cable and your own USB plug. There's another one you can sort of hardwire in. Actually no, active holder with USB cable and SIG plug adapter. Oh sorry, I think that's what they've sent me, and that's $64.99 in fact. And then the fixed installation one, so it goes through a little, I don't even know what you call it, little box. I'm not electrically minded. So it's an active holder for fixed installation, and that's $69.99. So as I said, and then you've got to buy the element for your car. I think the element for the cars are normally in the £20 region. I think they're too expensive. So you're going to be looking from the very beginning end of things, kind of £50-ish, all the way up to sort of £80 or £90, depending what you want to do. If you have a phone though for 2 or 3 years, personally, and you drive a lot as well, I personally think it's worth spending the money. So let's have a look at what I've been sent. Now I've explained kind of how it works. So the little bag has all the little screws in it. You can hopefully see there. They're quite pointy and sharp, so they will go through these holes. So basically you've got a Phillips head screw in the middle there, so you loosen that to the point that these two, oh, it's done up quite firmly at the moment, so I can't even rotate it to, but this bit here will separate with, that's the join just around there, I don't know if you can see that well enough, so that you can then screw on this plate onto the plate that is the mount for your car. So you screw that in place, then you basically screw the holder bit back on to that bit, and then it's all in place. And obviously when you've loosened that, you can, that is a kind of a swivel point. Yeah, it's properly firmly done. I haven't got my Phillips head with me right at the moment. I'm just going to reach through. So what we should find, there we go, is the Pixel 2 XL fits in perfectly. Perfect. I've never had an issue with a fit, and that is, I mean, that's not coming out. There's no way it'll come out with one hand, because when it's fixed in place, you know, the mount's fixed in place in your car, so it'll go in with one hand and it's charging, and it'll come off again with one hand. That will loosen slightly, the sort of felt, I don't know if you could, well, you might even be able to hear, but you can perhaps see that's kind of all felt, this bit here. So it should look after your device as well. Another nice touch now they've done recently, because I can't lie, I've had a couple that I've almost wondered have been faulty on one phone. I said a couple, I had one that I thought was faulty on one phone, because when I was sat naving a Bluetooth thing, it wasn't actually getting the battery any fuller. It just stayed where it was. So it didn't lose, but it didn't gain. But again, they're really good. From my experience, their customer service is really good. They, oh no worries, we'll just send you out another cable, and it was the cable. And I don't know if you can see again there, there's a tiny little Phillips head in there, which means you can loosen that and you can just pull that cable out, so you can replace. I mean, you could even replace with your own cable if you needed. But like I say, if there was an issue, let them know. They've always been very responsive in my experience. So here's, I guess so that talks about the vehicle mount look. So the device holder, vehicle mount, your solution. That's 1 + 2 is 3, I suppose. A few more images there. That's on the inside. Oh, they do bike mounts. I didn't know that. Might have to see if they want to lend me one of them. So that's kind of that's the mount. I guess it's time to head out to the car to get it installed and see how it performs, basically. So here we are out in the car, and my first task is to remove my Pixel XL Brodit mount. It's done quite easily by just loosening the Phillips head that it sort of uses to sort of pivot and position itself. Now usually I can just then screw the next one in, loosen it out again, and loosen the Phillips head through the middle. But I don't know if you see here, look, that's a much smaller central pivot point than on the new one. It's quite a big ball joint. So basically I will have to take the whole plate off this time and put the new plate back on. No real issue. They'll go back into the same holes probably. And you can see there's a few different sets of holes on there because I have had different mounts attached to it over the years. But then we're going to attach the new mount in, again without too much difficulty, and then reattach the actual phone mount itself, just to make sure you get the bolt sort of threaded properly. Then just to kind of tidy up, really, I prefer just to wrap the cable round behind the mount. It looks a lot neater, I think, than having cables dangling down underneath. And there we go, slotted in. You can see there it says charging. It will be a bit stiffer to go in and out initially, but you can still do it with one hand. To remove, I tend to use my little finger to hold the mount in place and pull it out, just because I don't want to put unnecessary stress on the mount behind. So there we go. I just think that's a really neat, sturdy application of a phone mount. I guess all I need to do now is just to test the charging ability of it. And for this, I literally just plugged it in for an hour. That socket that it's plugged into is an always-on socket. And the first half an hour, it took on 13% charge. And the second half an hour, it also took on 13% charge. So 26% an hour, it's not a massive amount. It's not perhaps as much as I might have hoped, if I'm very honest. And that is with me not sat-naving or streaming music, but I think these days that's not quite as big a drain on the battery. So not amazing charging capability, but still for me it is the best mount you can use. It's good, sturdy, solid, doesn't wobble about. The only downside I suppose is that you'd have to take your phone out of the case. But there you go, check them out, brodit.co.uk. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. My name's Andy. I'll catch you all again soon. You made it all the way to the end. Well done. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do subscribe by clicking the little fella over on this side of the screen. You might also want to check out the other videos. Should be just there. Check out my website as well, androidandy.uk, made by me. I'm learning HTML and PHP, so hopefully it's functional. But I'll see you again in the next video.